I'm thrilled to be going back to the Beet Retreat because it's a unique opportunity where all the different players in our industry come together and can talk about what we are collectively working on, because it is a team sport. And I think the most important task at hand, honestly, is to talk about interoperability and how we bring these things together, because none of us can do it alone. We're an industry. So the way that we work in a very complex world and we bring our various solutions together, we pipe data, we just connect our businesses in a way that enables us to drive value for our clients and for the consumer, is the most important thing we can do to make this cross-media future very successful and very, very real, number one. And number two, the fact that we can come together and be honest, no cameras, no anything else, and just speak truth to each other about what has to change, what's working, what's hard, what are the obstacles, and how do we turn them into opportunities to move forward. That level of honesty with all of the stakeholders in the room to talk about what do we need to do to create simplicity and make things work in a complicated world is unique, and I'm excited for it.
Addressable TV is, I think, as expected, growing and growing at a fast clip. I believe what we will talk about at the Beet Retreat, I hope, is how different addressable entities can sort of collaboratively grow the industry, because I think a lot of us are doing a lot of work in the same direction. So I always say we're on similar paths, but we're parallel to each other. So what I'm very excited about in Beet Retreat is learning more about what others are doing and how we could potentially maybe move closer in the same direction, because at the end of the day, if we collectively make things easier for the buyers of media, brands and agencies, I think those that have a valuable offering, will all collectively win. And I think that has to do with data integrity, identity, interoperability with agency systems. So I think there's a lot of wood to chop there. The good news is that we've all been making progress and moving the industry along, even throughout COVID.
I think it's such a unique opportunity. We don't have that many places for this entire industry to have so many thought leaders and movers in one place that can all kind of come to some agreements and some disagreements about where we're going collectively as an industry. I think my hope, and I think I speak for the trade desk in some capacity, our hope is that we make sure that we don't treat this giant generational shift from linear over to digital as sort of more of the same, that we reach out and grab many more of those functionalities that we have in digital, be it addressability, be it measurement, be it targeting, all of these things that are available to us now in the digital world, that we leverage those technologies rather than just sort of transact the same way we always have, via insertion order and via guaranteed basis, because then we're leaving a lot on the table both from a publishing standpoint and an advertising standpoint.
To me, I think a great discussion at the event would be how do we understand our consumer better, so that we're putting valuable information in front of our consumer in the right way. To me, I think that's a big topic.
And what are you excited about in the next year that you want to accomplish, or our industry should accomplish?
Yeah, over the next year, at least specifically for us, we've come out in the last couple of years. We're gaining a lot of traction, working with lots of different brands and advertisers and improving our product roadmap. So we're going to continue to do the same. I think from a broad topic, I think the short run is very similar to the long run, right? How do we understand what's the best consumer signal for, depending on the product or depending on the venue or depending on the channel, what's the best type of consumer signal that we can use where we have that good value exchange between us and the consumer? To me, short run is same as long run.
The big thing for me is how do we solve for complexity for advertisers and agencies? The last couple of years has really been about how do we build unique products and capabilities that advertisers will love. I think the next couple of years really needs to be about, well, how do we package some of those together and work together in a way that the needs of the marketer, which are driving marketing outcomes, are met.
And what are you most excited about at the Beet Retreat this year?
I think the most exciting thing for me is typically what is kind of the exciting thing for me at these, which is just getting everyone in a room and talking about the big important issues for the day, and just working out sort of challenges in sort of a candid manner across both sides of the industry, and facilitators like us in the middle. So excited about that, excited to be in the room, and I think most importantly excited to make the case that programmatic can be a massive value driver for both the sell and the buy side.
Andy, you absolutely put together like the greatest cast, right? Talent, thought leaders, and what I'm going to call change agents or market makers, right? And to be able to come together and collaborate on the challenges and opportunities, right? How do we tackle the industry issues, right? This is all about solving for the future, right? Because we're at a breaking point. I would say the model is broken right now. And so we're coming together. You're bringing the best of the best together to have a conversation to tackle these issues. And what I'm really excited about, again, being new here, I understand the superior ad tech that we have and what we're building, right? And so the platform, right, that we're gonna share, and the story that we're gonna share in terms of our superior tech and the type of CTV marketplace that we are building, I think is gonna drive a lot of value. I'm excited to share that story with the people that will be there.